Windows User Tips 14. Today's June 24th, 2021. This morning was Microsoft's announcement of what's next for Windows, and they confirmed, yes, it is Windows 11. Of course, no fanfare around that. It just, the first time it came out during the presentation, it just kind of slipped right by. How can I not include this on Windows User Tips? So this is not going to be a thorough coverage of what they did, because I'm going to keep this down to a normal length of Windows User Tips video. So coming over here to computer number 2, if you want to see it, you can just go to Microsoft.com and replay it here. Here's stream the event on demand, so you can listen to it if you want to. There was a lot in it that I think is worth listening to. There's a lot of fluff and bluster and just fancy presentation. There's this Learn More button, which I think is a little more substantive. If you come in here and scroll down and fresh perspective, yada, 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 get down here further. Your content curated by you. Yeah, right. Whatever, PC for each of us, right? PC, get ready. Minimum system requirements. Okay, so here we get to some more significant stuff. There's nothing really out of line here except for this TPM 2.0. That could become a real sticking point. But I say that it's still a little unclear whether you can upgrade an existing Windows 10 computer that doesn't have TPM to Windows 11, because they have said that any computer currently running Windows 10 can upgrade to Windows 11. So this part about TPM has always been in a separate conversation, and it has to make me wonder, does that mean a fresh install requires TPM? And then over here, internet connection. Microsoft account internet connectivity required setup for Windows 11 Home. So Windows 11 Home, there is no provision for being able to do an offline count. Not having the computer connected to the internet is not going to get you around that. But Windows 11 Pro, how am I going to get used to saying 11 instead of 10? I don't know. Windows 11 Pro, you can select to do an offline account or local account. Shop for Windows 11 at these PC retailers. Let's come down here a little bit more. Difference between Windows 10 and 11. Can I buy a PC that comes with Windows 11 pre-installed? So there's all this stuff here. I'm not going to go into all of those. I'm going to switch over to my notes through the day. Again, this is not an exhaustive coverage. For insiders, you can get Windows 11. It's expected to be available for insiders next week. So I'm going to go ahead and enroll one of my computers for insiders. If I can upgrade that computer, which I'm sure does not have TPM, then I'll be able to surely answer that. And actually, I'll just demonstrate Windows key R. If you do, let's see, TPM.MSC, I think that's all it is. And then, yeah, okay, that's enough. TPM management on local computer. That indicates this computer does have TPM. I know I tried it on one of my computers today that does not have TPM. So that's how you can tell. If you don't have TPM, you'll get a message right here that your computer does not have TPM. Buy Windows 11 ready computer this fall. So this fall from the major manufacturers, clearly you will be able to buy a Windows 11 ready computer. It might not yet have Windows 11 pre-installed. Upgrade available to seekers early in 2022. So if you're not in the Insiders program, currently they're saying you'll be able to do, check for updates and be offered Windows 11, but they're going to roll that out. What do they call it? Not batches, but not everybody will get it available at the same time. There's this requires TPM business. Home requires Microsoft account, meaning Windows 11 Home. Not for Pro. And then here's something that I'm happy about. One feature upgrade per year. get rid of the 2 feature upgrades per year. So I like that. The presentation background. If you watch the presentation, they've got this virtual background. It's got all square corners, but if you look back in the distance, it has rounded corners. So that was kind of curious to me. A lot of the presentation was done from homes that the homes kind of have a square appearance to them. That's absolutely irrelevant to the product. Free for Windows 10 functional computers. So they said Windows 10 functional computers can get Windows 11 free. In that statement, every time that they said that, they did not include requires TPM. So I'm wondering, no Cortana during the installation. During a fresh install, Cortana won't speak up. And taskbar confirmed on the bottom only. You can't move it around to different parts. Snap feature, so the snap feature up here in the maximize button, when you float the mouse over that, it'll show you different ways that you can snap the different programs onto your screen. I got to tell you, the snap feature for half screen has been around for a long time. I rarely come across somebody actually using it. In my own usage, I once in a while use it. My business clients, I just don't see them getting excited about the snap feature. It's a nice glitzy thing. It's kind of like a, oh wow, but are people really going to use that? I'm skeptical. Home Edition does not support the deferral of feature updates and therefore typically receive new version of Windows 11 prior to the end of servicing date shown. This was an interesting thing. If you have Windows Home, you cannot defer the installation of feature updates. It's going to hit you when Microsoft chooses. That's the impression I got from that. Back on this web page, there's show more that you can go to find more. Here's more information about the Trusted Platform module. Now that is a hardware component on your computer and it's a BIOS setting. I think you don't have to have it enabled in order to install, but it's saying that it has to be present. Certain features require specific hardware. See details. So this link takes you to the system requirements. And you can scroll down here. Tells us this information. Internet access required. Microsoft account required for some features. So this part about Microsoft account, saying that you have to have a Microsoft account to install. But then can you create an offline account, or can you even switch to log in with a local account? Now the reason why I really like to set up computers for my clients with an offline account is because it has an impact on the user profile name. And if I get that user profile name to match the user account that's on the server, then login happens a lot more smoothly and there's less troubles. So that's why I like to initially be able to set up a computer with the offline account. Although actually I still should be able to create a separate local account after the computer setup. So we don't know that yet. Here's specific feature requirements in Windows 11. So all these different features have some specific requirements. Feature deprecations and removals. Desktop wallpaper cannot be roamed to a different device. So for people who are signing in with a Microsoft account on all of their devices, you can't set the wallpaper on one of them and have that carry over. I already mentioned Cortana. News and interest is going to show up a little different. So in a recent update, we got this news and interest thing on the taskbar. That's going to be a slide out thing that kind of looks like glass. They've got a lot of this transparent glass type stuff. And I think for less capable computers, we're going to have to disable that in order to improve performance. And a lot of these features, they look like they're really reliant upon graphics processing. So during a time period when we're having trouble with graphics cards, getting them because of supply, I'm thinking might be some complications there. So S mode, they said at one point that S mode is not available. Here it says S mode is only available Windows 11 Home Edition. There's another place where they said S mode is not available in Windows 11 at all. So there's still some conflicting things that are being said and documented. So I think that's it for now. This is definitely not being forced upon your computer before the end of the year. And beyond that, we'll see what happens next. So, I hope this has been useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.